How about Gibbs? What kind of back? Yeah.
Great back. One of my favorite backs in the NFL. He can do it all. I don't know if I don't think anybody's faster than him at our position. At any moment he can take it to the house from anywhere. So I think it was my first time seeing him on the field. I got to practice against him a couple years ago, his rookie year. So I'm excited to see him. Obviously, hopefully, this week he slows it down. But big fans of him. I'm excited for that matchup.
In the end, what AJ said was that he believes the offense needs to be better for you guys to get to where you want to go again this year, and that he wants to contribute. Is that kind of the conversation you guys have every day here, getting the offense better or being better to get to that top level?
Yeah, I think that's a conversation no matter if we score 10 points or we score 40. That's just the nature of this business. You have to have the sense of urgency and the mindset to, put what you did the week before in the past and move on and try to improve. No matter, you're never going to play a perfect game. And we know that the way we played on Monday, more times than not, if we play that game against a lot of teams, we're going to lose. But that's why you have to have complementary football, and the defense came out, played big for us. But we know we got to improve, and that's the mindset. So whether it's we score 10 or whether we score 40, AJ's not saying anything wrong. We're always looking for room to improve.
Is that kind of how it's going to – do you think that's kind of how it's going to be? You guys will have some good games, like obviously against the Giants, Minnesota, and then, you might have a difficult one against the Packers.
Yeah.
Do you think?
I think, I go into every single game with the mindset that we're going to blow every team out because of the talent we have and the way that we work. But more times than not, it just doesn't work that way. So you got to find ways to win football games, and it's going to look different every single game. Every game we want to go out there and have it like how it was against the Giants. But the reality of NFL is probably not. And wherever obstacle comes up that week, we got to make sure we take advantage of it and we win a game.
I know you feel like you guys should be able to run the ball no matter what looks you get. But are there some looks that have given you guys more trouble than others this year?
Yeah, I think team's doing a really good job. I think being honest, I think we have to do a better job of adjusting. And that's something that we're focusing on. Trying to find new ways to get the run game going. Not just the run game, just get the offense going, being consistent. And it starts from all of us. It starts from top to bottom, and that's the mindset and that's the focus, and that's the beauty of this sport. You get to come in every single day and try to get better.
There's some thought out there that when you guys get like a 5-man front look, that creates a lot of problems for you guys. Do you buy into that?
Nah, I think I don't really get into I don't go in that school of thought because guarantee we got a lot of 5-man looks last year. We rushed for 2,000 yards. Jonathan Taylor, I'm guaranteeing you, he's getting a lot of those looks too. Sometimes, just that's how the season works, and we got to figure it out. And in the run game, it starts with me, and I promise you, I'm working myself in that every single day. And I know the O-line's doing the same thing, and I truly believe, maybe I'm optimistic, but I think we're gonna get it right.
I'm really sorry if you answered this already. I think I caught the tail end of it, and it was before a lot of us walked over. What do you make of AJ's frustrations as his teammate and a fellow captain?
I don't make anything of it, because I have conversations with AJ. I have conversations with the team. I think I'm kind of off of. It's not Twitter anymore, X. So I don't really know all the stuff that was said, like his response. But we want to be better as an offense. I don't think he said anything wrong there. We want to be better. We know that we're 7-2, but we are aware that the way we played on Monday, more times than not, that's going to get us beat. But we just got to come up with a mindset of getting better. And no matter if it was 10 points or 40 points, you got to do that anyway. So I don't think it's really anything crazy. I think he was playing a game with a friend. It got caught, and someone put it on Bleacher Report or whatever they put it on, and now it's a story for all you guys to do, and you guys are doing your job. But in reality, in our locker room, that has no factor at all of how we're going to work or how we're practicing or our game plan coming up this week. It's a lot of noise in my opinion, but we're focusing on Detroit, and we know we're going to get the best from AJ as a player and a leader.
You guys have used the fullback package before and play action rollout. A little bit more pronounced, it seemed like in Green Bay. Like, what did you discover?
You trying to get your locker?
What did you discover within that on Monday night? Things that you like about that?
I put a shirt on real quick.
Yeah.
I'm butt ass naked. Say that again.
Just you guys have used the fullback package before, a little bit more pronounced on Monday with some of the play action rollout game. Like, what did you find that you liked about that for Monday, and how that works with the offense?
So you're asking, do I like the fullback package?
Well, just what are the things you discovered using it more often, and things that you like about it?
I like the things I like with having a fullback. You have someone who could help the run get going, especially if something's leaking. He can kind of bump it off to linebackers and then go up. We had a lot of success with it last year. I honestly think, before Ben hurt his knee, we were averaging something crazy. Like, I don't even know what the numbers were. We were averaging something crazy. And it does help our play action. So it's something that we could continue to expand on. And I think Cam doing a great job.
Saquon, when you talk about improving on offense, you think adjustments are a big part of that. What does the collaboration process look like throughout the week when you are trying to adjust throughout the week and in-game?
Yeah, it's not really so much for me throughout the week. I think we always come in with a great game plan. We have unbelievable coaches. So it's more of just like when we're in the game, we got to do a better job as players recognizing, like, okay, this is what they're doing, this is what we feel, and we got to, vocalize that to the coaches, and then we go out there and make the plays happen. I think that's the thing that where I'm more so focused on. Our game plan is always great going into it, and sometimes you get into a game and you get exactly what you want, and it's a little easier than others, and sometimes they switch stuff up on you and it's harder. We just got to do a better job of adjusting in those moments.
I see a lot of clips.
Communication thing, like as far as making those in-game adjustments? Or
Yeah, I think it's a communication thing with all of us. Now that I'm speaking about it, like, I can see where this can go. Like, me saying adjustments and how you guys can, like, make that go to, like, what I'm trying to say. And it's not that at all, so let me just clear it up. But just talking about that's how, we had a lot of success last year with that. And sometimes you're right, but sometimes you're wrong, but when you're right, it causes big plays. And it's me being out there having a feel, and, like, we might be running something that I'm not, a fan of, or the O-line's like, no, I think this is good, and I'm like, I'm not really comfortable with that, but hey, you guys like it, let's run it. Or same thing with wide receivers, and just being all on the same page, being all one. And I think that's important. It's going to help us throughout the rest of the season. But it's not like adjustments like, I'm saying someone's not making adjustments, so let me just clear it up now. So I know you guys doing your job, but you guys don't have to take it there and just end that right now.
I get what you're trying to say, but I think, for example, we see all the time the clips of you with the iPad, with the offensive line. You can tell that's what you're trying to do. How much trust goes into the whole offensive unit where maybe the O-line says they see it this way, you see it this way? Like, okay, then who calls it? Who has the shot?
Yeah, I think it always comes down to KP. He's the offensive coordinator. He's the one that makes the calls. And I think he's been doing a phenomenal job at that this year. But I'm just saying more of just doing more of that, just having those conversations. And to be honest, that's my favorite part of football is figuring out. It's kind of like chess. You go out there and you seeing what they're trying to set up and the things that they're doing, and how can we counterattack that. And I feel like we could have done a better job, or I could have done a better job of vocalizing that, or expressing what I'm seeing on the football field, and that's kind of just my mindset.
A matchup like Sunday against the Lions, top of the NFC, Sunday night football. What are your emotions going into a big game like this at the Link?
Yeah, happy to be back in the Link. I think it's going to be a great environment. I know it's going to be a great environment, so we're going to go out there and give our fans something to be proud about. And we know it's going to be a tough opponent. It's going to be a physical game. We know what they're all about. I think they have great players, a great coach, great coaches. So I think we're one of the best teams in the NFL. I think they're one of the best teams in the NFL. So it's going to be a fun matchup. And as a competitor, you always look forward for that.
It's been great. Obviously, what a way to come out on Monday. Super cool environment. It was awesome to play with the team. I already feel so close to the guys. I feel like I've been here for a while already. So that's credit to them for coming here with open arms. got great guys like Jordan next to me and stuff.
We love you, man.
But yeah, it was a great environment, super fun. And I'm definitely loving the city so far.
What's the word you got about what it's going to be like here on Sunday night? Big game, Lions, Link,
Yeah, I mean, it's another great one. Like, what an opportunity. You pray for times like this. It's definitely like being able to play big games and big environments is a blessing. So I'm super excited for the opportunity.
You talk about the group. What have they all done to kind of just bring you up to speed and along as quickly as possible?
They're just them. They're just like themselves, and nobody has egos. Nobody like saw me as the new guy. Let's be distant from him or whatever. Like everybody just accepted me and welcomed me with open arms. So yeah, everybody's been great.
How much you sifted through the film from the last game, but was that one of your better games? I feel like
definitely this year. I think that this system kind of allows me to be a little more free, and so it was kind of reminiscent it reminded me of 2023 when I was playing in Vic's system again, just in terms of like the stats, the production, things like that. So yeah, I think it was definitely probably my best game of the year so far, but definitely not the best that I got. Still working on things and still improve, so decided to keep getting better.
What is it about the system that allows you to like this?
It's just kind of simple in a lot of ways for me and for the front. It just I guess allows us to kind of play free.
Was it kind of easy picking it up after not being able to fit for 2 years? Were you able to pick it up quite quickly?
Yeah, it was relatively easy. I pretty much forgotten the defense, but seeing the phrases and the terminology again is kind of coming back to me. So yeah, it's been pretty simple. They've done a good job of kind of easing me into it.
How do you feel about playing your first game at the Link as an Eagle?
Super excited. Yeah, I played here one time back in 23, and it was a great environment. But obviously being here as the home team is going to be even cooler. So I'm excited. Cool. Thanks everyone.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, Jaelan, I'm sorry. Penei Sewell in this game, what have you seen on tape? How tough of a matchup is that?
Yeah, I mean, Penei's a beast. It's definitely going to be a good matchup. Just in terms of he's a great athlete, obviously super strong, super powerful. Very, very skilled run technician, great in his pass set. So, really nothing but kudos and compliments to that guy. So it's going to be a fun one.
Didn't ask about this when you got traded here, but because of the timing of it, you're not lining up to have a bye week this year. How do you feel about that?
That's okay. We'll just try to go out there and get that first week playoff bye.
How do I feel that publicly? I don't feel anything. That's whatever he said is on him, and as his teammate, I can understand his frustrations. I understand his frustrations, but for me, I'm just gonna stay in my lane as an offensive lineman. I'm not gonna if we're not giving the ball to him. Okay, how can I affect that? Just go to KP and tell him to get the ball to AJ. That doesn't help anything. That doesn't come up with a solution. So me saying yeah, I agree with AJ. We should give him the ball. I would be probably the 15th person in this building telling him the same thing. It's empty. All right, but all I can do is make him feel supported, which I already answered. And so, I don't have anything towards how I feel about AJ. I don't even know honestly, I don't even know what he said. What did he say? I'll be honest. I don't know what he said. What did he say?
So the offense can be better, needs to be better, or else they're not going to be able to get to where you want to go, and that he wants to contribute and be a reason why the offense gets to where it can be.
Thank you, John. I appreciate that.
I'm just trying to surround you.
As well as I know AJ, that's all he wants to do, contribute. And we always talk about contribution over credit. That is one of the big sayings in the past couple months. And so I think that's where AJ's coming from. It's just all about, it actually helped me answer that question because I actually didn't know. I was just sitting here filibustering. Okay, what did he say?
You're pretty good.
Yeah, I think that's just it. I think for him, he just wants to feel like he contributed to the win. And so as an offense, we've got to get the ball rolling. But as an offensive lineman, there's not much more I can do other than, again, like I said, I'd be the 15th person to go to KP and say, get the ball to AJ? Okay, how? Well, first, do your job and block. That's what he'd say to me. All right, so we can get the ball. So that's what I'm going to worry about. Just doing my job. And so if I can block, if we can hold up so Jaelan can get through his reads and get the ball to AJ, then that's one thing that's one step forward than last week.
Jordan, switching gears a little, you played Micah this past Monday. Line faced him. How about 80 Hutchinson, the challenge facing him?
Again, another battle this week between the two lines, offense and defense. I think for both sides of the ball, on both teams, and so Aiden Hutchins, great rusher, has proven himself in this league. Excited for that matchup. It's good on good, and again, test to see where my skills are at, and hopefully not false start.
Jordan, I know you're going to say it's just one game at a time and it's the next game, but you look at the expectations for this game against the Lions, possible number 1 seed in the NFC. Does that bring any extra juice to this week?
No, I didn't know that was an expectation. The expectation is just to win this game. I didn't realize that we were carrying that baggage. I don't know. It sounds stupid. You guys probably think I'm lying, but I just don't care about that stuff. I just care about winning. I care about going out there and contributing to the win. Am I doing my job to execute and get that win? So that's all I give a damn about. Sorry. But that's the truth. Like, I just don't care what the weight. Like, the weight doesn't matter. It's just, to me, it's the next game. It's the same thing, the same way I approach the Super Bowl. It's just the next game. And that's all I think about when we go out there or when we enter the week. Well, that's after I feel sorry for myself because my body's hurting. And then, then we have to get back to the routine and start recovering again. And, yeah, it's pretty much how I go about my days. And I get to Thursday, I'm just like, man, I'm sore as shit. How am I going to play a game? How am I going to play a game in 4 days? So that's usually what I get to. And then after tomorrow, when I'm like, okay, I feel better now. I'll be ready in 3 days.
How impressive or reassuring is it that it seems like if there's a game where the defense maybe isn't playing up to what their standard is, but the offense can put up points, or vice versa, like last week against the Packers, that you guys maybe didn't have the game you wanted, but the defense was incredible.
Yeah, I mean, that's playing team football right there. And the deeper we get into the season, the colder it gets. We're going to have to rely on each other. We would ultimately love to contribute to the win, and it's, again, like I said earlier, sometimes that's just ball. Like, you try and do everything you can, and it's not like we're going out there and just, I've got to stop swearing, sorry. Just like, I don't even know another word. What's a PG word for?
Messing around? Is that what messing around?
Messing about.
Yeah.
Messing about. Going out there. It's not like we're going out there and messing about. We're trying to go out there and execute our jobs. But teams aren't, they're just not going to let us, tee off on them all the time. They're going to change up the front end. We've got to do game plan adjustments on the sideline like we always do every game. And sometimes it's just how the game goes.